scare off burglars. We practice the
We
occult.
do the occult. Stay away. And the burglar would have to have made it into our living room at that point. They've already burgled us. And then they come over and they're about to take our TV and they're like, oh,
Never mind.
never mind.
I put this stuff back.
These
Just
people are reading about the occult.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Taylor, and we're ready for a book update video.
Yeah, we got books.
We have a format.
Yeah, done and dusted.
Books we finished.
They're completed.
Done.
Yeah.
Bookmarked.
Bookmarks are in them. Currently reading.
And
like we said, quote of the day.
quote of the day.
Or
Book pickups. I could do a quote of the day. Just if you give me just a second. I am. Oh, my bookmark strings got caught on something, and then it pulled it right out of my book.
My done and dusted was The Nix by Nathan Hill. This book was great.
I was trying to just figure out what page I was on.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you really enjoyed this.
The Nix was really good. I was enjoying it the whole way through. It's kind of a sneakily big book.
Uh-huh.
Like it's over 600. It's over 600 pages, so it takes some time. But it's, as I said on the previous update video, I was enjoying it. I said it's kind of like a story that has multiple storylines kind of going and they're weaving together beautifully. It's immersive. You get really put into it. And then I got to some parts that were more in depth about the character developments. And it's kind of really two storylines that you're getting told. The main character, Samuel, he's kind of learning about himself. You're learning about his background, but also what happened to his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're learning about her background. And they start merging.
Cool.
It's a whole thing, really well done. And then I was like, okay, you asked me one day, like, so where I was about 100 pages away from being done. And you're like, what's your rating?
Yeah.
And I was like,
you didn't talk about it you didn't like.
I was just into it. I was just into it. I wanted to like, just kind of like, you know, really sit with it.
But I mean, like you've talked about, like when I read Lonesome Dove, it was like,
oh, I know.
Good.
Well, yeah.
You would freely. Oh, my hair's not.
But I said at the time that it was like, I'm thinking it's feeling like a 4,
sure.
4.5. And then, but I was really enjoying it. It was just one of those things that it's hard to talk about because it's so like all over the place a little bit, without having to tell you everything. Right. So that's why I probably wasn't talking about it. But when I got to the last like section, there's like 10 parts, part 10 was like 60 pages or something. But that little bit takes everything that you've been doing in the story and wraps up in this really like neat little bow, but not in like he just gave us the fun, good story.
Yeah,
it's like he comes back, like things that you've kind of forgot about, little pieces that were mentioned briefly in part 1 or part 2. All of a sudden you're like, oh, that ties in really, like, wow, what a callback. Or like, it's like,
that's
really cool. And so what it did is it just cemented it as a really phenomenal book for me, and so it made it another 5-star read for me. Not that that's hard to do.
No,
but it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was a library book, so I returned it. It's one I wish I still had because it kind of has that cool quality. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's just a wonderful, like, in-depth look at character development, but also while touching on society and issues of not only the time period that the book was written in, the early 2010s, 2011, and what was going on in the country then, but also the 60s and mentalities and sentiments of that era, and then even before that.
Is it really political, like for folks out there that maybe that kind of stuff?
It's not super political. It's like, it's just baseline. It's like what you would just get every day. But if there's no agenda to it, it's more like it's just talking. It's touching on these things. Like these are, and it's giving both sides.
Cool.
But really amazingly done.
I think a book with a good callback at the end. I'm paranoid because I'm worried that my hair is gonna like rough the thing. Okay. It's like a comedian is a solid comedian when they have strong callbacks. Yes. You know what I mean? Like that sort of back on something.
Like intro joke. Video.
That's how when I think of comedians, I love the ones that like can have, or if like you're doing a bit with a friend.
Yeah.
Like if you can like call back to something from previous. Right. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff.
And
if it's done in a literary way, I think.
Yeah, and the Nix is both like there's a serious tone to it. There are some parts in it that are really hard to read about. Just
what is it
like child stuff that's tough. And you're like, oh man, that's rough. But there's enough. It's done so you kind of understand things going on. But it's also very funny.
Is it one that you would encourage certain people to check the trigger warning?
Oh yeah, you would definitely want to make sure if you're a little squeamish about certain topics or interactions, they could be, there's moments in the book that you're like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It was another book that I wasn't expecting to like be looking up things about like an era of time to kind of like see and like, oh, this is real. This is, oh, cool. Like,
I love that though. I love being able to do that. And as a sidebar comment, when it comes to like trigger warnings, I don't know about you. I'm pro trigger warnings if they're like reader generated.
Yeah.
I don't think, well, I have no problem with an author putting it at the beginning of the book if they choose to do that. I don't think they should have to.
Right.
But I do like having a place to go, like Storygraph, where you can find like user generated like trigger warnings or things like, hey, just so you know, like this book contains this, because sometimes like it really is like, I used to think like, oh, trigger warnings, like come on, but then being sensitive to certain topics myself, I can see why maybe knowing ahead of time like what you might be grappling with.
I'm definitely not somebody who really gives.
There are people who don't. It doesn't affect them.
I mean, most times I'm reading a book now, I don't even know what it's about. Like coming in, I'll just start it like either because it's a recommendation or it's a book club book.
I don't think I need to know what it's about. I don't want to know plot points.
Yeah.
I just, there's little elements that's like, I don't know if I want to read about this one thing, like what you just said about children, like that kind of thing is hard for me. And so if I know that there's going to be a decent amount of that going in, it would maybe cause me to at least know going forward, like just be prepared, and then you kind of gird your loins for it, kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah. But okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good.
But I finished that, and now I'm on to other stuff, and we'll talk about that. So what's your...
My done and dusted, and it's so funny because I could swear I talked about finishing this book.
I think you were like 70% of the way through last time.
Yes. Okay. This book is Pompeii by Robert Harris. I finished this a week ago. Yeah. And
I think it was right after we...
Yes. And I absolutely loved this book. And kind of like what you said, it's like you love a book, you love a book, you love a book, and then the end comes and you're like, I really love it. Like there's something that happens at the end that like...
What was the volcano?
That like seals the deal, that makes you really appreciate it. And yeah, it was, but it's more like, okay, so the reason why I really loved the Wolf Den trilogy by Elodie Harper, a lot of reasons, but definitely the ending has to do with that volcano, because it's like, what happens to these people?
Right, yeah. Life-changing.
Yeah, and there's parts...
Monumental.
Yeah. And like how there are parts where you're just like, any moment now, this thing's gonna blow. And then like it blows. And then like you think like, oh, it's gonna do it again, because you know there's multiple like pyroclastic flows and all of this, if you know about like the eruption of Vesuvius. Yeah. And it was just so well paced. This book was so well paced. It's less than 200 pages, I think. And no, excuse me, less than 300 pages. And it just slapped the whole time.
Yeah, you chowed into it and loved it.
Yeah, and it's about the aqueducts and the infrastructure of Pompeii and of the Bay of Naples at the time, and Aquarius, who was in charge of the aqueduct, and about that. And then there's other interpersonal, socio-political stuff going on that's really interesting. I think it's just so good. And I think if you try to go into it saying, yeah, it's about a guy who's in charge of the aqueducts in Pompeii and Bay of Naples and kind of how they discover things about Vesuvius, and it's like, kind of sounds boring. No. This book is terrific, gripping, literally a shattering climax. I agree.
Yeah.
5 stars.
5 stars. Awesome. Yeah, you picked it up on a flyer, like you were just like in the bookstore.
I was at Barnes & Noble with the boys.
And you saw Pompeii. You're like, I love Pompeii.
Pompeii. What is this?
That's great.
This and the way that the eruption is described and played out in the book is very visual. Like it's very cinematic, but not in a cheesy way. Like it's almost like literarily cinematic. Right. That's a word. Phrase.
Yeah. It is.
And I just thought it was excellent. Good. And the guy who plays the main character, he's not immediately likable. He's the protagonist. It's written in third person, but he's not immediately likable. He has issues, and you're kind of like, okay, you rub people the wrong way for good reason. But then as the story goes through, you're like, okay, but he holds true to like what he is throughout the entire thing. I don't know.
Yeah. But people have said that you should read his other stuff, Robert Harris.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I should. Somebody in the comments of my video over on the Wool Needles, Hands Down. She was like, okay, this is unrelated to the knitting content, but isn't that book by Robert Harris so good? And she loves Robert Harris. I don't know. Yeah, I really loved it. The ending.
Good. Moving on to bookmarked.
Yeah.
It's one, we both are doing the same bookmark, which is.
Hold it up at the same time and be like real sassy about it. What? This.
We have 2 copies, baby.
Blurry. Okay. This is the book club book for Good Books Lately over on the Patreon for September.
The month's genre was
mythological retelling. Now, somebody recommended this book. I had never heard of it before, and I looked it up, saw that it got like really good star ratings and that people really enjoyed it, but I didn't read reviews.
No,
and then I read about it. We read the description. It's based on Norse mythology. It is the story of Loki and Angrboda, and their relationship and offspring.
Right. And you're significantly further ahead than I am.
Yeah, I started much earlier than you. I'm on 238.
Yeah,
I don't know what the percentage is.
30% of the way through, page 112.
You really are cooking like you.
But it's a quick read. I feel like it's a quick read if you are able to kind of just sit and just go.
There are no chapters, and so maybe that kind of makes it along
there's 2 parts, right?
2 parts. Now, I absolutely love this.
Yeah, the way it's written is really well done. It's we were talking about it. It's there's a modernness to the speech, but not in a way that takes you out of the element. It's not super modern, but it's enough that allows you to just read the story. This though lets the reader just experience what's going on without having to feel like they're having to read in an old Norse way or like.
That's what Madeline Miller did with Kirky.
Yeah.
Kirky, Circe. You can call it whatever you want. We can go at this in the comments, but just
know there's multiple ways.
Yeah. Okay. So in Madeline Miller's Kirky, in the audiobook, she says Madeline Miller uses
Circe.
Oh, Circe. I've never heard the audiobook. So you get Circe, Kirky, Circe.
Yeah.
Kirky.
It's pronounced Kirky. Kirky.
The way that she tells that story was so well done because I felt like it really honored the cadence and the way stories were told with the Greek mythology and like the Odyssey and like Homer's like stories and
tradition.
Very much oral tradition.
You get that. Yeah, you get that.
You get it here too because the thing that I think is interesting about these mythological stories and tales and sagas is that they were told orally. So there's not a lot of opportunity to do all of this like plot development and story development and visualizing and character development because you know that kind of time.
Yeah.
People are sitting listening. So everything you have to kind of just believe what you're being told, that a character goes from point A to point B and you don't necessarily get the in between. And that's how those stories were told. That's how the Odyssey is told. That's how Madeline Miller's version of Kirky is told. And that's how this is told. Yeah. And it takes place in a very small area. Like if you think of it as like a map on a video game, it's very small.
Very small. It's the setting of it the whole time.
And
this is in the Norse mythological world, and she's kind of a bigger player in it.
Yeah.
She's in a small section.
She's in a very small forest, Ironwood, which is on the edge of the worlds. It's a cozy book to be reading because you just get into it and you're like gripped by the story and the character.
Yeah, it's like such a unique relationship that is happening, and you're experiencing it, and you're like, wow, I kind of like this. Mm-hmm. Also, Loki is a fun character.
Yeah, his humor is Loki really well done in this.
Loki, my biggest familiarity is from the Marvel universe and I've watched the first season of the Loki TV show. Because of that, now all I picture when he's mentioned in this book is Tom Hiddleston.
Sure.
Because that's the Loki I know. But it's funny because in the book he's blonde hair that in the sunlight glows red. Yeah, but only if the sunlight shoots from the back or something.
There's like some versions where he's got like dark hair and some versions where he's more fair haired. Some versions he's like a Targaryen or whatever with
red, blonde, white hair. Yeah.
Because do you know Game of Thrones? From what I gather, Game of Thrones was pulled. There was a lot of inspiration pulled from Norse mythology.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure.
I mean, the whole like Ragnarok and
there's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, so you're right. The relationship is really cool. The character of Angrboda is very interesting.
She's like
atypical.
Yeah. Strong female character.
Yes.
but also who's very loving, compassionate, and like
she's got weaknesses.
Yeah, she wants to like she knows she has to be alone, kind of, or has this idea, but then finds Loki or Loki finds her, and then it's like she's okay with him not being there all the time, but also not okay.
Right. Well, because he's got multiple wives and he's married to yeah, she's a strong character. When like she's a strong female character with weaknesses. I think that's what makes her strong. She's not just this like powerhouse of a
everything right.
Not like that at all. She's a cool, flawed character.
I'm trying to think of how I envision her. This is gonna sound really weird. I almost get like this Roseanne vibe about her.
What?
Like just her like attitude.
I guess I can see that. She's kind of like a don't BS me kind of woman. But when I like think about her appearance, like what she looks like if I had to compare her to something. I mean, I don't know. She's got long hair. I have to assume she looks kind of goth.
I don't in my mind she looks
Angelica Houston, like young Angelica Houston.
Maybe.
Young Cher.
Yeah.
I think
I just
young Cher.
Yeah. I just think of her kind of as like a more hardy woman.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You mean like big, like just strong,
long, not
Viking kind of woman?
Yeah.
They're all beautiful. That's kind of what I gather.
Or they're supposed to be.
This book's great. Look how much we're talking about it, and it's just not. It's such a good book. If you want a new mythological retelling,
You want to talk about it.
And you want to talk about it. And join the book club.
Yeah, because it's still September, and you can fly this.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it is so enjoyable.
I've finished it in a couple days.
Okay, so that's bookmarked, and which it almost was not a bookmarked. And
then we have one more bookmark that we're doing together.
Yes, I have it.
Over here.
Okay, so listen.
We've talked about it.
This book.
We're not
gonna belabor this thing here. This is what we're reading, but
this is the Brandon Smutty Book Club over on the Patreon.
Yes, this is another book club that we have, Brandon Smutty Book Club, and this is The Butcher and Blackbird of the Ruinous Love Trilogy by Bryn Weaver. This book is great if you just want trash.
Yeah, each want good,
and I don't mean that like,
and it's gory and like graphic, like some stuff. We haven't gotten to the heavy smut yet.
No.
There's like alluding to smut.
They make all these comments about like various different like reactions to thing. I don't know. This is one that you don't want to read out loud to somebody.
Yeah, which we were doing.
We were doing it, and I was just like, we've talked about this. Previous episodes, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
It was hard to read out loud just because it's like, I don't want to keep saying these things over and over again. It's dumb. The writing isn't bad.
It's just basic.
It's just basic, simple, but people don't talk like this. Okay. It's fun. And if it's just like, I just need some paperback trash to read, that's what this is. I'm pretty sure that was fully intended. But we're listening to the audiobook.
Yeah, so we download the audiobook.
Which made it so much more enjoyable.
I told my brother that, and he goes, it's probably the best bet, because when the smut really kicks off, it would be a little uncomfortable probably to read aloud.
Reading it out loud? But the audiobook is really good. There's different voice actors playing the different characters.
Yes, man.
I think is kind of cool. Yeah.
It's
female. So you get it. A male-female serial killer love story.
Yeah.
Well, and it is
killing competition.
Yes.
So that's what we're. Yeah. I think the next Smutty Book Club book is not going to be of this kind of.
I don't know if I'm going to want to continue with that series.
No, I don't want to. No, I'm saying not of the this kind of like that. I think we might have to go back to like maybe a more like restrict like a. Or something.
You think there's too much smut in that?
No. I'm saying maybe, I don't know. I haven't decided.
Don't start don't control. It goes where it goes. The book clubs, they go where they go.
I know. Maybe I'll leave it open.
I feel like something came up the other day and we're like, we need to add that to Brandon's Smutty Book Club. I can't remember what it was, but there was something that came up. You gotta join the book. You gotta join the book club.
Go on Patreon. We're having a blast.
We are.
We're gonna have a live next week.
Yeah, next weekend we do. When we say a live, we do it's like a we'll hang out with everybody and have like coffee and donuts.
Yeah,
we
oh my gosh, last one. 4 hours.
Lunch.
Some people are in bed.
Hours. Holy smokes.
Which is why I can't get it on back. I can't load it.
It's
overloading.
Sorry.
Servers.
All right. Speaking of book clubs, this is for, I haven't started it yet, We got 3 book clubs going on over there. We've got the main book club.
Yeah, good
We've got the smutty book club.
Yeah,
We've got Taylor's alternative book club if the main book club or the smutty book club book is just not to your liking. So there are choices.
Yeah.
And you can do all 3 if you want. You can do none.
Yeah.
And you can even come to the Google Meets having done none just to hang out. But
what you're reading.
Taylor's alternative book club is The Possession of Alba Diaz by Isabel Cañas. Haven't started this yet.
Yeah.
I'm planning on finishing
Witch's Heart.
The Witch's Heart early this week, starting this maybe even early. I might start it at the same time before I finish that, because this is what we're getting into. I loved The Vampires of El Norte and the Hacienda. I'm really excited for this one. It deals with... Okay, so it's going to deal with demon possession. Yes. Did somebody start reading this?
You did.
Oh, okay. I didn't know I had marked it though. I know I had read a little bit of it earlier. It's dealing with demon possession, but then it's getting into other socio-political, historical things that were actually going on. And that's one of the things I really like about Vampires of El Norte is she ties this paranormal, folkloric element into actual events that were happening during Mexican history and American history and all of that, and the concept of vampires. There's a literal and figurative connection there in that book, which makes it really good. So I'm hoping that we get a little bit of that literal, figurative horror vibe here. If that doesn't make sense, you would know if you read the book. Highly encourage you to check them out because I really like this. All right, so anyway, that is what is coming for Taylor's Alternative Book Club, and I'm really excited about that. And for you knitters out there, the next colorway collection for the Telling Tales fall collection for Fabulous People is going to be inspired by this book.
Awesome.
All right.
Pickups?
Yes.
You want me to start?
Let me go get mine really quick.
Okay. Go ahead and go first.
Gotta go get them. I gotta put on the slippers here. I don't really need to do
All right.
Go ahead and start with
so my compelling pickup, we were at the thrift store with our boys and they were looking to just browse, and I go to the book section and I found, oh my gosh, The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman.
Is that a children's?
I think it's a middle grade book.
Okay.
It won the Newbery Medal and the Carnegie Medal. Mm-hmm. Love Neil Gaiman's book Neverwhere, and this is illustrated by the same person who illustrated the version that I have that I loved and read.
And we also loved his Norse mythology.
Yeah, I loved his Norse mythology. So,
cool.
You get these full page illustrations.
Pictures up of the illustrations. So
I don't know what the book is about, but I like the way he writes stories, and I thought it matched up with the illustrated version of Neverwhere that I have and enjoyed, so that's why I picked it up.
It says, Nobody Owens, known to his friends as Bod, is a normal boy. He would be completely normal if he didn't live in a graveyard, being raised and educated by ghosts. There are dangers and adventures for Bod in the graveyard, but it is in the land of the living that real danger lurks, for it is there that the man Jack lives, and he has already killed Bod's family.
Oh.
A deliciously dark masterwork by best-selling author Neil Gaiman with illustrations by two-time Kate Greenway medal winner and acclaimed artist Chris Riddle.
Yeah.
Wow,
cool.
Wait, so it's...
And it's a pristine condition. It was a used book. I got it for $1.99.
It's got some smudge right here.
Yeah, but it's a sticker smudge.
Yeah, I want to know, I would love to know the age for this book.
Yeah, I don't know. But you can tell by the font and...
would it be something we could read with the kids?
Maybe. Might be a little spooky for me. But...
Definitely for Ronan, probably.
But the spooky vibes of this book kind of leads right into your acquisition.
Yes.
So acquired.
My mom brought over a box full of books that we can use in the little free library, just ones that they were offloading from their own home library. And in that box was this one. And I just thought it was interesting for a few different reasons. It just looked cool.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why she had this.
I don't know either. It was a book club book, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's by Colin Wilson called The Occult, A History. And it's
old.
Yeah, it's an older book. I'm wondering when it was published. I think it's earlier than that. 1971.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It says, one day, I believe man will have a sixth sense, a sense of the purpose of life, quite direct and uninferred. This is faculty X, And the paradox is that we already possess it to a large degree, but are unconscious of possessing it. It lies at the heart of all so-called occult experience. It is with such experience that this book is concerned. We got Aleister Crowley on the back, Madame Blavatsky, Rasputin, Gurdjieff, and these are all like people that are
practice the occult,
right?
So
like Nostradamus.
There's like sections on lycanthropy. Lycanthropy, that's the word. That's werewolves.
Yeah, so that's the thing about this book is there's some really interesting topics being discussed here. Where was the table of contents? Here we go. Yeah, magic, the science of the future, the dark side of the moon, the poet as occultist, the evolution of man, the magic of primitive man, the world of Kabbalists, 19th century magic and romanticism, the beast himself, 2 Russian mages, witchcraft and lycanthropy, the realm of spirits, glimpses. But Christina and I were looking at this, and it's written in a way that's like, it's telling you about these things not as a joke or like a fictitious type thing. It's like it's telling you about these as if these are actual forms of
belief,
like real science, right? And all of this is very much a cult. It's however you approach this. But I know there are an awful lot of people who subscribe to the ideas that are here, believe that this stuff is real.
I know.
And who am I to say that it's not? I don't know. I've never seen it. Yeah, I don't want to mess around with weird stuff, but I think it's an interesting book.
I say we bust up the Ouija.
Now.
The Ouija board.
Not happening.
What's it called?
A Ouija board?
Yeah, but how are you supposed to say it?
Ouija?
Yeah.
Look at these people. These are all people that were into the occult?
Well, supposedly. Stone Age shaman.
People were tapping into things because there were so many, like, goings on that they couldn't explain. And, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? The occult is a really interesting topic. It fascinates people. It completely takes over their imagination. And I think that is what's interesting to me.
Those two go together.
Yeah, it is so bright. Oh, sorry.
That's
I'm
cool.
just going to pop this up here so it's not quite so dark or bright. Yeah, so anyway, I pulled that out and I have it just sitting over on the shelf. I'm just I'm displaying.
Heirlooms.
I like to
scare off burglars. We practice the occult.
We do the occult. Stay away. And the burglar would have to have made it into our living room at that point.
But they're about to burglar.
A whole bunch of stuff already and stuffed it into their Santa Claus bag. They've already burgled us. And then they come over and they're about to take our TV and they're like, oh!
Never mind.
I
put the stuff back.
These people are reading about the occult. I believe.
Text me. Yeah. That's all we got.
That's it.
Yeah.
I hope you guys... I speak for myself when I say I hope you enjoy this.
We hope you enjoyed.
We do hope you enjoyed this.
Give us a thumbs up.
Yep, thumbs up. Let us know what you guys are reading. Do the subscription stuff.
Comment. Chat.
Join the book clubs over on Patreon. It's a fun place to be. Chat threads, different articles, after show. There's going to be an after show for this episode.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to talk about some occult stuff.
Maybe,
I don't know. I look around to see what other kinds of stuff. We got some bananas over there that are going bad.
Oh, yeah. This is bananas.
Yeah, this is bananas. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.